Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sharing the Scoop. And today I have with me is Smith. So hi Smith, how are you?
Hello, it's going good out here. What about you?
Same. We are good too. So Smith, can you please introduce yourself for our viewers?
Yeah, definitely. Hello everyone, Smit Joshi here. So basically, I am an electrical engineer. After completing my electrical engineering, I thought to work and try to get a amount experience or work experience that will really help me so that I can pursue to a good MBA school. So I've just completed my MBA from Symbiosis Center for Information Technology, that is SCIT. Previous to that, I worked with two firms. They were basically into the real estate sector. So while going it from completely electrical domain to IT was a very big technological shift that I thought, and it is all about understanding that in today's world IT is something that is enabling the business. So that was main of the thought process while I actually thought of. So yeah, Symbiosis is a great place to actually go out and do your MBA, because there are a lot of things once you go into a Symbiosis, like being a symbion. Basically you get to understand that the cultural shift that we actually talk of a lot of time. So I'm very grateful that I got the opportunity to be part of that family. Yeah.
Amazing. So Smith, can you give us three insights about your college, which is SCIT, which only a student will know and will not know it outside?
Yes. See, first thing is, like, what, in today's time, like, there are a lot of platform available like this, like a lot of platform were available when we were pursuing MBA 2 to 3 years ago, like a lot of online stuff was there, but the most difficult part was, a lot of people used to come and, just write anything on that. So I would just request people, not to go on anonymous type of, feedbacks, because these are something which always give you a false information. So it's always better to have one right information rather than having 10 false information, and just a handy. Now I'll come to the three things that actually a student of SCIT will actually tell you. That's a great part. First thing is, like, it is something which is common in Symbiosis. It's a culture, right? So when I talk about culture, it is diversity. Like, Symbiosis believes in diversity. Like, it is a great to have, when we talk about, you will never believe that you have friends from all across the India. Means you actually have an opportunity where you will get to interact with a lot of people. You will try to understand their mindset. Okay, this person has this mindset. If I want to give you an example, the best example would be like, if you go out for a breakfast. So if I go out for a breakfast with any Punjabi community friends or something, they would like to go out and have some parathas and all. But the same thing, if I go with any South Indian, they would prefer idli much. So this is very small things, but once you eventually land it in the corporate life, this really helps you, or you can say this experience gives you an edge, because you know better. Okay, this person belongs to this tradition, this culture, so okay, he will try to prefer this thing more. So you can connect better, because end of the day in corporate life also, your connect matters more than at times what you work, because how you have a connection with people around the work actually matters a lot. So this is one thing that Symbiosis actually helps you. It gives you a lot of empowerment through which you get an opportunity to actually scale up. Second thing is, like, Symbiosis, like, SCIT is basically something which provides you IT business management, right? When we talk about IT business management, because of this COVID, this is my personal belief, like, the demand of this specialization will increase in upcoming year because of two reasons. One thing is, like, we all are just going right around, right? We are just trying to understand that a lot of cyber attacks are happening, and somewhere down the line, it has been also predicted that cyber war would be the next world war, because data is everything in today's world, right? So it's very much important. Like, now there is a technological shift happening here also, because once I entered there, I understood now. Previously, IT was into a support of any business, right? But because of this COVID and a lot of pandemic happening, and slowly it was coming back. But because of all these things going around today in the globe, right, and in a very global market, now IT has become not only the enabler, but IT is the main core thing, because if you don't have IT, you can't work remotely. You need IT business management to be one of the most strongest side for any business. So the best part about the college is you get an opportunity to have your cybersecurity specialization. So that really helps you. You get an opportunity to get specialization in infrastructure and all. When I talk about infrastructure, it is all about cloud. Like you get to work with few firms like Amazon Web Services, like Microsoft, Google, VMware. So I am very lucky that I am part of VMware, right? So I'm into like when I'm working with VMware, I'm getting an opportunity where all the concepts that we have gone through in SCIT, right? We have got an opportunity to understand the infrastructure also, and at the same time some cybersecurity angle also. Because whatever you make, if that particular product is not secure, then there is no use of having such products, in a very simple term. And third thing is, what I personally believe that's the most important game changer in Symbiosis, that the whole Symbiosis MBA program are always the residential programs. So that residential programs gives you lot, you can say a hostel life, before you move on in your life and all. With your personal life, you go in marriage and all. So because if you go out, a lot of time it happens like we just always like to, because that brings a very 360-degree change, because you are always around with your friends. You can call it your competitors also in very professional term, but end of the day, the connect that we actually talk of, because end of the day, initially, whatever jobs you get it from the campus, it's fine. But after 3-4 years, I personally believe it is all on your contacts and whatever the contacts that you build up. Because in today's market, there are a lot of opening happening, but if you don't have a referral, if you don't have a contact, because this will be a game changer, because you have been in the batch, you have been into a Simbi family. So wherever you go, like every college has its own trademark, like Narsimunji, NM people have their own thing. So I believe this is a tradition which is happening right now. So these are the three things, right? One thing is, I just told you about the diversity
Diversity.
of power. Second is about it gives you the opportunity to go for the most essential, important MBA degree that is most required for upcoming 5 to 6 years or 10 years down the line, because that is more important. Like blockchain is also coming up into the picture now. So slowly, this technology is going to evolve. Second is this, and third thing is the contact, because whatever you make it there will definitely help you throughout your life. That is
The
one thing. That is
peers, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And when you applied for Symbiosis and when you got a call from SCIT for your VAT
Yeah.
PI, how was that
Yeah.
experience like? What all they asked
Uh,
you?
See, one thing, like, I just want to like see, lot of time this is what happened with few of my friends, but I was in a very different mood. I followed some different strategy. See, I hope it works with most of people out there. So one strategy which I personally followed, which has provided me maximum returns in any interview process I've gone, right? Not only for this, whatever you go for the MBA purpose or all, maybe it is your campus interview or anything out there, maybe a job interview or anything. See, understand one thing, that you don't need to have a formula. Like, this is what I believe. Like, whenever you try to, go for anything, because everything is a new experience, because every interviewer will have his own way of evaluating how you have actually performed. So that is something that none of us can actually tell you in the right manner. But what I can really tell you is, what matters more is your confidence. Second is your skill, that how you are actually talking. While talking also, you also have to make sure that you are, whenever you are talking, you also have to make sure that you are doing eye contact with the person opposite to you. Because a lot of times, see, what I've seen is, people speak really good, but what they miss out is eye contact. And I believe some psychological fundas also. And it is very psychological belief, if person is confident, right, they will look into your eyes and talk. And if they are not looking into your eyes and talking, that means that connect, whatever you're going to make with that person, is 10 to 20% less. So it's all about, like, for example, I personally believe like 6 to 7 months or 1 year you give a time for your preparation from, right? But if you're not giving in that 1 year of time to actually go out there, because you get, actually, to be very honest, you get actually 15-20 minutes, or it is just, you get just 1 day to prove yourself that you are actually capable for that college. I believe everyone out there are actually capable enough. Like, for example, if a college is getting 20,000 or 30,000 or maybe some 50,000 or 1 lakh request, I believe each and every one is capable enough. That's why they have got that call. The most important field where I feel, people go out is one thing, they start doubting themselves, to be very honest. Like, they start doubting ki, am I capable enough to go into that college? If in the worst case scenario, I feel, if you only doubt yourself, then how on earth people will believe you? I hope you got it. It's very
True.
simple, because you know what,
Yeah, it's very
simple things are something very difficult to, you know, people, because we put lot of this is a problem from, like, we did, I believe it is a problem for education systems, right? From very early days we have been taught, like, you know, you don't keep things simple, you try to complicate it, you try to, what we think, you know, while making it complicated, we actually think that we are growing, but actually we are not growing in that terms. So that is one thing that I got to learn from my experience when I actually went to work, right? I used to work as a product engineer on site. So I used to interact with a lot of people. So I used to have 30, 40 contractors through which I used to be in touch. So I understood certain time it's like just following the basics is a good thing, you know. It's not always important that you try something new out every time. So its first thing is like, don't doubt yourself, keep up the faith, because all your hard work that you have done, that has brought to just, you can say, you have like, you know, you are one step ahead of going into the college. You have you have actually made it to the final. Now you just, now there is no way that, you know, you actually can sit and start doubting yourself. This is one thing. Second thing is, what I feel is, you know, for believe in process. Don't be a goal oriented person. This is what I have learned from my MBA. I've learned everywhere. I don't, because this comes with experience again, because if you are having previous work ex, you can understand things better, and if you are not having it, you will understand with experience, because certain things comes with experience, right? It's important to be a process driven person rather than being a goal oriented person. I will give you an example for that, you know, maybe people can understand it better. For example, when we go into a VET process, I'll just stick to the MBA process because everyone can understand in a very simple term. Like when you go for a VET process or anything, first thing they will give you, you know, like every college has a essay writing type of thing, or, you know, you just a topic will be given on you, which, you know, you have to elaborate and write it. Second thing is, you will go for a group discussion round, you know, where any topics can pop up. Like there is some HR topic popping up, how you are talking, how you are not. So, and third is the personal interview. This is a three basic thing that every college is doing for filtering the students. Okay. So, for example, if you're not performing well in the first round itself, just because of the pressure that you want to get selected, because your goal is that you want to get selected, but because of that pressure, you are not able to perform at your max. If you just observe yourself, no need to tell to anyone out here, right? This is something psychological also driven, right? So if you're not performing in the step one itself better, even though if you go to step two and step three, that momentum will not come up. Similarly, if you have only one focus in your life, okay, I have got this process, I'm thankful to God, I'll give my best and I'll come out. Whatever happens, it's okay. If you just follow this policy, what will happen? You will give not only 100%, you will come out by giving 120% out. This is what I believe. This I actually followed this. I used to just look into the room. People are very much tense around. Just in the wet process, I'm just sharing my experience. People are very tense around. No one is smiling. Everyone are tense. Okay, kya hoga? What will happen in the future around and all? And I'm well relaxed. I'm chilling out. I'm enjoying the process, to be very. I want to enjoy it, because end of the day, if you are going through a journey and if you're not enjoying it, then what's the use of the journey?
very true. Very true.
Right. So this was something like I actually followed. So you'll not believe me. I was just enjoying it the whole process from the my vet process. Then we went to the group discussion. I personally believe always in group discussion. Like this is a thumb rule which a lot of you people also recommend. It's better to give two valid points rather than speaking too much. It's important that you speak less but speak contentful. If you don't know the content, wait for some time, see how things are going around, and then try to take your points. That is one of the most important thing that I personally believe. And it's better that you speak only, you just take two of your opportunity in a group discussion, but make sure when you're taking your two opportunity, first thing, you are not, your pronunciation, your everything should be bang on. You can't actually go off there, right? If you go off there, don't try to, sometimes it's happened like, it's something new, we just, we are not in that confidence mode. It happens with everyone out there. Back yourself and try to complete the rest thing perfectly, like we do in step. Like for example, while we go for dancing, right, एक step गलत हो गया तो पूरा dance मत रुक मत जाओ, पूरा dance complete करो. That is more important, because people out there see, because what people think, I don't want to मतलब एक होता है डर, मेरे को गलती नहीं करनी है, I don't want to make a mistake. Don't think about that. It's okay that you make mistake, but how you rectify that mistake, that matters. That is
Very
what
true.
that is what people out there actually see, because I got great opportunity, like, in Symbiosis, to be council members. Like I've been in academic council, in grievances council, and SIU everywhere. So when I used to be with all the management people, I used to see that they are like, We want people with us who know how. It's no problem you make mistake. Every one of us make mistake. We are human being, right? Everyone understand it. But what is your attitude about things and how you are actually rectifying your mistake? That matters more. And when
Is
you
very
do it,
crucial actually.
yeah. So that is more important, right? And when we go for a personal interview rounds and all, right? What I just always want to tell to people is don't do ratify. I always tell to all of my friends, I tell to here also, because we are very useful, ki kuch bhi hoga, I'll ratify and go. Because when you go out and do a ratify and speak na, to be very honest, like you just recorded the session and listen it, or you just ask your few of your friends, they will tell it, they get it right. You are ratifying it and you're just coming out and speaking. Because MBA is something, it's not a school or not a college program, it's a graduation. And when we talk about the post graduation, when we talk about the post graduation, is something which will help you throughout your life. So we don't have to commit the same mistake what we did in a school, in the previous college and everything. We always, because this is the education system, whatever happened, people will tell you to ratify. See, when you go to classes and all also, they will support you in such term just because you want to get you. They also want you to get entered, right? They're just pushing you. But when you need a long term push, you have to take it on your own. That is what I believe. It will take time. Definitely, it will take time. What you can do, 1 year of your process, 1 year of your education time. Just try to give half an hour, just sit in front of mirror and try to talk. And try to talk continuously. Anything. Take like a lot of time. What I used to do, I used to take up. I used to read a lot of articles, right? Because we need to read articles, right, for GK exams. So just take an article. For example, you just read one of the article, right? Just talk about that article for 15 minutes, whatever you understood, continuously, with yourself only. Because once you do it, that fluency comes up, and a lot of things, start evolving. You start to understand. Okay, I've told this word. This word could sound better in this and that. So that I personally feel that will definitely help all of you when you go for your personal interview rounds, because your confidence will be there. Keep a smile on your face. Be calm, because everyone out there are just looking for right attitude people, right attitude in the sense that can fit their culture. Because end of the day, for any college out there, maybe it's Symbiosis or any like
Any other
I
MBA
am
college,
any.
yeah.
What they matter is your attitude, because no one can change your attitude. People can skill you, but they can't, they cannot change how you think about processes. So it's important to be a process-driven person again. Secondly, you always have to, don't doubt yourself ever. Even though if you just, not performing at your well, stay calm. Take deep breaths as much as possible, because at that time, breathing, psychologically will help you to stay more focused. And lastly, I would always suggest to people, like whenever you go for PI and all, don't rectify. Just go out there, because this is a learning process. It will take time, but eventually, when you're not, rectifying things out there, you can communicate what you are thinking. Otherwise, a lot of time, what as I have experienced, people will convert. For example, whatever they have in their mother tongue, they'll try to convert in English and they will try to speak. So a lot of time, your grammatical mistakes, and a lot of time, the chances of going wrong increases. It's better to follow a process that will take time. Nothing to hurry of, right? Every one of us has a lot of to achieve in throughout our life. So I believe it's a very long term process.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Smith, thank you so much for your time. And hopefully, we can do such more sessions in the future as well. And all the very best for your future endeavors.
No, thank you so much, and I would like to appreciate you, like you are taking all these efforts, because personally telling you, we never had all this opportunity or all this information in a first hand, right? So people out there are having great opportunity, they are getting this opportunity so that they get to know things better. Because what we get to know, I just told you, right? Like portal pe we used to get all the informations. There is no verified.
Anonymous blogger.
हाँ, मतलब
Yeah,
वो ऐसी चीजें हैं. See, everything, every coin has a positive and negative side. So it's all about you, how you actually carry forward it also, right? So I will just wish all of you all the best for your careers. Do well, and just stay safe. Thank you so much.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.